We're here at the Central Niagara Community Centre for a very special night. All of these awards, none of them are mine, but we're going to have a celebration here. It is a celebration of excellence for the Niagara Catholic District School Board. Looks like we have a party going on here tonight. What's happening?
Well, it is a party. It's a celebration of our students, a celebration of our alumni, and a celebration of our staff. We call it our Awards of Excellence Night, and it really is an opportunity to really celebrate excellence in Niagara Catholic. Again, from a student perspective, from a graduate perspective, students of the past, and for our staff.
And it's a great night for, as well as having people, you've got a lot of distinguished members who are coming back to get an award who have not been in Niagara for a while and they're back.
Absolutely. That was one of the most neat things of this last month, calling two of our distinguished alumni to let them know that they were nominated by someone in their life and that they were chosen by our selection committee to receive this very prestigious award. It was a lot of fun calling them, letting them know, and I'll see them here tonight.
And for them to come here and maybe share a little bit of their experience that they've gone on in the world, for the younger generation to see that is really cool here tonight.
That is an actual really cool part of this, is that we explain it to our students, our current students that are going to be receiving their own award, that these distinguished alumni were once sitting in your seats. And really the world is at your fingertips, and we hope that our distinguished alumni will demonstrate that for them, that no matter what field you're in, whether it's athletics, academics, the arts, the world of work, you really can make a difference in the world.
It's a real honor to be here tonight. It feels like a full circle moment for me, especially with yourTV Niagara, because that's where I started out my career back in high school. I was a volunteer first as a camera operator and then a reporter, and that really gave me the foundation of my career when I went to Ryerson and then moving away from Ontario to become a reporter. So it feels really special to be here and really validating, you know, that all the hard work I put in for the past couple years has sort of been worth it. Well, now I work at CTV Edmonton, and I'm a reporter and a backup anchor. I fill in on the morning show, and I anchor a late night show every once in a while. And so I've been doing that, covering a lot of the biggest stories on the prairies. I worked at CTV Saskatoon as well, and that's really where I got my start. So I'm kind of on the other side of the country now, but I always remember where I started. And I'm really grateful for how far I've come, and I think of all the fun events. And even being back in Niagara on the lake here, right now, a lot of the stories I did were here. So it feels really special to be here, but this time on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, there are a lot of stories, you probably remember this from reporting years ago in Niagara, that you didn't even know were taking place until you went to the event.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel very lucky. I like to think I got some of the best stories, and there's some of the events I covered multiple times. I got to cover the Rotary Rev Fest several times, the Strawberry Festival, lots of food events, as you can tell. Those are my favorites. And I got to do Comic-Con, the Ice Wine Festival, a lot of New Year's Eve events. So I feel like I took living in Niagara Falls for granted, but getting to be involved in the community more through this job really helped me appreciate living here and growing up here. And I feel like it's a really important part of my story, because anytime I tell people I'm from Niagara Falls, they're like, oh, people live there? Like, they kind of forget that it's, you know, a home to so many people outside of just being a tourist destination.
And so to the students here tonight, I hope that this gives you inspiration, that you too could be here speaking to the next generation of students at Niagara Catholic. Back then, I had big dreams of becoming a television journalist. It's really the only thing I ever wanted to do. I actually started out by delivering newspapers for Niagara This Week when I was in elementary, so I like to think that that was my first journalism job.
And well, I remember in university they told us that what we teach you now could be different by the time you graduate, which I knew was like kind of nerve-wracking, but they weren't wrong. And so I shoot a lot of my stories, I edit my own stories, I write them, I pretty much do everything. And I personally really enjoy that, just because I like having my hand on the stories that I tell. But a lot of it is very similar in terms of we use our phones too. Sometimes if I'm out somewhere and I don't have my camera on me, I'll just pull up my phone, shoot some footage, and that's the same thing that, you know, I used to do back in high school. I used to do a lot of photography and that sort of thing. Social media is also a really big part of it, not as much as when I was younger, so that's a lot of times where we get a lot of our stories from, finding what's online in that sort of area. So it's always changing, and I guess my biggest advice to people is to be willing to adapt, because what happens now will be completely different a year from now. And even the start of your day, I might come in and be assigned a story, and then there might be breaking news at 3 p.m. and I completely have to switch around. So being adaptable, being flexible, and my title literally is a multimedia journalist. journalist, and that's because I'm multi-skilled at a bunch of different things. So for me, I really embrace it because I really enjoy the different aspects of it, and no day is ever the same, and it's always keeping me on my toes.
Congratulations to Miriam. It was great to see her again and see her honored here tonight, as well as the others who were honored. It was a great night to celebrate here in Niagara. Reporting for The Source, I'm Bob, celebrating excellence, Romeo.